So today's video I'm so excited for is going to be how I got a grade C in English GCSE. This video I thought I'd do because I've officially finished English GCSE and passed it. I thought I would tell you how I revise. The lighting's not very good, so I thought I'd put the light on. Thought I'd give as many techniques as I possibly can give. Pardon? Number 1, print off your specification and find out what you need to do to get your marks. I think it's so important to know what you need to do because there's no point doing stuff that you're not going to get the marks. This is the first step to doing well, knowing the format of your exam. I'm speaking from my own experience. I did for reset Edexcel GCSE English, and when I was at school I did AQA. What I did for Edexcel was 19th century literature and 20th to 21st century literature. On AQA I did Animal Farm, A Christmas Carol, Romeo and Juliet, and Power and Conflict poetry. Knowing what section you're doing for each exam and what questions you're going to be potentially getting are really important. Also, questions whether you just need a quote, knowing that. Questions like, do you need structure and language? Have you got to evaluate? Is it, in Edexcel's case, 7A, 7B? This is something I did a lot of as well. My next tip, rereading your texts. This is seen as like a passive form of revision because you're just reading a book. But this helps you to understand the text more, pick up things you haven't read before, and gives you a broader understanding of the text. Every revision guru says you don't know a book until you've read it 4 times. Once before you start doing it in class, once while you're doing it in class, once in like half term for like fun, and 4th time at Easter. If you haven't read your book that many times when you're watching this, don't panic, because the worst thing you can do is panic. Before you go into the exam, reread your text. You can even reread it whilst listening to the audiobook. Helps to retain information so much better in a more sustainable way. It gives higher concentration. And also means you're less likely to lose focus. Also fits nicely into your revision, so you can slot it some chapters into your revision sessions. Next tip, while you're reading, annotate the book, highlight key quotes or write them down. Make chapter summaries of each chapter, key themes, key quotes, and characters. This works for like denser books that are quite short. Next is notice all the key themes. If you pick up on all the key themes, you will know what the main themes are and what main themes will come up in essays, key things that happen in the book. Also, it helps know what themes to revise. My most important tip, remember your quotes. Quotes are important. If you don't use quotes, you'll lose marks. Ways to learn your quotes are put quotes on a post-it note, as long as you're dedicating to learn them. Like if you're going to dedicate to it, then do it. Like if you're going to dedicate to read them every day, then do it. Be my guest. Put quotes on a post note, or even make quote flashcards or character tables with key notes, like key quotes, key themes, and the character's name, obviously. before you start doing your revision, get a blank document up and type out as many quotes as you can remember. When you're in that exam, choose quotes that you can embed into your points. Pick quotes that go with your point. Also, big tip, don't just go with a 1 point quota, go with quotes that can go with like multiple points that can embed into all of your points. You can also, before your exam, go over your folder notes. While I was doing that, I made cards out of pieces of paper, and I put on all the different things, and then I wrote down everything for that section. As I found that folder notes is a very passive form of revision. I did this in Easter at the start of revision. I did mind maps even though they don't look much like mind maps, like you've probably seen them. But I found that helped because it summarised every chapter, which is what I needed, because some things I'd never read in my life. And I do apologise for the lighting. Also, character mind maps help. Having all the information in one place, they're just good things to read over. Revision guides, they're not a massive help, but people might find them good to use, but don't rely on your revision guides. They're a guide for some things, but also come up with your own things. Be original. Originality is key. Online YouTubers is my next tip. Go check out Mr. Bruff. I talk about him more in my English Secrets video, but he is the holy grail of English. Does good videos on loads of text. My final tip is past papers. Practice questions are essential. Practicing under time conditions is so important because you have to get used to writing an essay in a short amount of time and it being less polished. Nearer the exam, you need to stop polishing. Worrying about doing really neat, polished essays. Make them legible, but don't worry about them being neat and polished. You need to get used to writing under time conditions. In an exam, you also have to plan, write the essay, check over. Super important. Also, when doing these practice essays, handwrite is important. Obviously, type if you want to make it more legible for your teachers, that's fine. But so I hope that this has been useful. Forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.